I got the juice, don't need no proof. 100 like the rum I drink that got me over you. And all your nonsense we all subject to. I found my lane and mind my business like I'm supposed to do. Let's have a toast for all the obstacles that got us here. I put my glass up in the air to stimulate the cheers. Not because we made it, but because we making it. I savor the moment, the bouquet forever, evident. Yeah. In my realm, I watch the times go by. I got the world in my hands, but I can't tame the sky. Dare I try, I might lose my mind. But it'll be all good after I'm done sipping this wine.
Alright, man, you excited?
Yeah.
Good.
I am.
Good, man.
About the weather. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, the weather's ridiculous. I'm getting actually tired of this weather.
It's
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm seriously tired of snow. I can't.
if it's gonna snow, it needs to be like 3 feet where like we just cancel work for. Well, the only bad thing is we all work from home now.
Yeah, that don't help. That don't help.
But they give the kids a snow day.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's just that. Yeah, I don't like snow, man.
I like the spring.
I don't like snow.
60s.
Yeah, that's spring is my sweet spot.
Yes. Yep.
All right, man. We're here, episode 3 of Clueless, Vino, show where a guy like me just comes on here, drinks some wine, and chit chat with a guest. And today I got a special guest, my guy since college, Randolph-Macon again. He is the current head basketball coach at J.R. Tucker High School, Adam Desgain. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, bro. You know we had to get you on here. I guess, tell people about what you do and, what your professions are.
Yeah. So I've been in the real estate field for a while. Most recently now, I took a job in the healthcare field. With Gen Care, Senior Medical Center. Just like you said, too, I'm also the head boys basketball coach with Tucker High School. Would have been year 3 this year, but with COVID, we were one of the counties that said we couldn't play. So going in, hopefully next year, a brand new school, start off with year 3, trying to change with the culture and things like that.
Yeah, man. They definitely got a good coach, and they got the most competitive dude I know. That is a fact, because you are a monster on the court.
Used to be.
You're mellowed out now.
Yes, because being a coach now.
Yeah, people
So
can see you. Yeah.
I've only gotten, let's see, 4 technicals in 2 years.
That's good, actually, for you.
That is, and yeah.
Especially if we consider, how many leagues you play in, depending on, what I'm saying?
Yes. That if it was me a couple years ago playing in,
Oh, bro, I know.
we had first time playing in a few leagues. Got let an F-bomb fly and technical. Can't do that now as coach.
Yeah, they were church leagues. That's the sick
See,
part.
no, here's y'all didn't tell me the rule the very first time.
Right, we were in that church. what
Now
did you want?
Now I go back and think about it. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
what do you want? That's like one of the only rules in there.
True. But yeah, no, I mean, still got that competitive fire and stuff like that. It just, that transfer from player to coach pretty simple because my guys, they see that I care about them, and that if I have to jump in practice to show them, be competitive, I show myself guys, then they listen more.
Yeah. It's good to listen to somebody once you know that they can hoop.
Yes, absolutely.
It's kind of hard when you look at somebody like, I don't know how good you were, buddy.
Yes, absolutely.
It's always good to show them a little reminder, man. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started, man. First off, I want to just let everybody know that the times for these episodes keep getting earlier and earlier. The first one I did with Anna, we did it at after Dante went to bed, so right around 9 or something.
Okay.
On a Saturday. King came in episode 2. We did it around noonish.
Okay.
Would you like to tell the people what time it is?
Right now we're sitting at 10:36 a.m.
It's 10:30 in the morning. I'm like, dog. Next thing you know, I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. doing an episode. And that's gonna be sicko.
You might as well.
Or I could just get my beauty sleep. That'd be great too.
You could. I mean, it's your show.
Yeah.
You're in charge, and
Yeah.
you can always tell people that No.
Yeah, I could. Oh, Jesus. All right, man. We're gonna start off with one of my wines,
Okay.
and I wish I could tell you how to pronounce this. I'm gonna give it a go. Iaconis is what I'm gonna go with. It's a 2018 Chardonnay. How you feel about Chardonnays?
Don't drink a lot of them.
Okay.
Don't drink a lot of them. More of the red wines, but I've had a few good ones before.
Yeah. So I'm hoping it's gonna be all right, man. Come on. There it is. There it is. Any glass, sir?
This brings me back to all the wine tasting did on the chili trips.
Oh, yeah, those ended up being fun. For those who don't know, we used to go. Randolph-Macon does Randolph basketball team does a trip to Chile. It was every 4 years, right?
Yes.
Every 4 years, and if you don't know, Chile has a lot of good vineyards, man.
Yeah.
And a lot of good wine. Like a lot of good wine, because we did a lot of tasting, and I was getting litty
Yes.
on those trips.
Yes. So for me, the good thing, so when you went, you actually had to play and practice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I went, so it was a kind of a gap year because it's when you guys just graduated. We brought in 9 freshmen. We only
Yep.
had like 7 dudes on the team.
Mhm.
So we didn't go in that year. Year after I graduated, a spot came open because one of the guys got hurt.
Yep.
So I got to go and kind of act in that assistant coach kind of role and stuff like that. So I never had to practice or play there, but the weeks leading up to it, I still had to practice and stuff like that.
Bruh, those practices used to be insane because, like, we would practice. One practice we did outside, and I was like, yo, this is crazy. Laker drill and all these different drills outside. And you gotta understand that we go during the summer, so it sounds great, but in the summer, it's really winter in Chile, and it's cold, and it's so cold, you can see the cold coming off of people's bodies. It was insane. I'm like, bro, why are we out here for more than an hour?
Yes, because there was no heat. And the thing for me when I went, I was practice. I had graduated, so I was going helping the guys out, and there was one practice where I was just like showing defense. I was the defender. I was like, hey, do I get to go on off? Like, I know I graduated already. This kid getting beat up.
Yeah, let me get some shots up. You know, it's like, jeez, man. But yeah, it was definitely a fun trip, man. That's where we got our love for Pisco.
Pisco.
Yeah.
They actually sell that. I've seen it here now.
Oh, nice.
More, I think it was in DC one time. CPG and them, and they had got it and brought it to the house. Yeah. But those were good, man.
Pisco's nice. All right, let's see. First we do is we're gonna give a little sniff, man. Now it's been a while since I've had a Chardonnay.
Yeah, that's got it.
And it smells alright.
It does.
I am more of a white wine drinker.
Okay.
I'm more of a white wine. That's what I prefer, I guess.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. But Chardonnays are like iffy with me.
Okay.
So like sometimes, because they're a little bit dry sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this one is gonna be alright, man. So
what we got? Cheers.
Cheers, sir. That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's not bad. I was anticipating it being a little bit drier.
Yes,
that's not bad.
so was I.
It's got a really early tang to it.
Yes.
And then it just dissipates as it goes on. But yeah, that's not bad.
No, I would.
Yeah, it's not a bad.
What was the name of it?
This I want to say Iaconis from Napa Valley.
Okay.
2018. This is one of those angel wines I got from Naked Wines. So basically, they independent winemakers sell like wines. Like I got them.
Where's that at?
So if you just go to nakedwines.com, you sign up and then you can get they got like bundles. So instead of paying like the market price, you kind of pay like a discounted job. So instead of paying 12 bottles for like 120, you get 12 bottles for 60.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a nice deal. I like that.
Do that.
Yeah, it's not bad, man. Especially if you like wine a lot.
Yeah. I need to get back into it. I've been the beer as we get older, the beer kind of a little bit more heavier and
it stays on your body.
It does.
It stays on your body.
I notice we're not in college anymore.
Yeah, buddy. That's why I just was to make a little brother. That's carbs.
And I don't care. People are like, you drink that? Yes,
Like,
I
yeah.
am. And
Yeah.
I
Oh,
drink that.
seltzers too. Yeah.
I went through a phase in the summer where I just got made fun of because when the Trulies, they had their lemonade package.
Oh, that's the black box.
Yeah.
That's fire.
It's
That's fire.
and every time I go and they're like, you really drink those? I'm like, yes, I don't care. You can make fun of me. They
Whatever,
taste
man.
really good. I will drink all 12 of these and probably get some more.
Listen, I'm not mad at it. Now, they're expensive. Like, it's like 16 for like 12.
Yes.
Like, they really need to come out with a 24 pack. And
Yeah,
like, count
they
it.
do though. They do.
Ah.
But you got to go to Sam's Club or Costco.
Of course.
Those are the only ones.
The bulk jump.
Yes, but they don't have them like if we went to like Publix or Walmart or
Mhm.
places like that. But they do have them like that. But I haven't had one in a long time because I drank them
Yeah. You were
so much.
Yeah, you were pushing. Yeah.
So yeah.
So I did one things I wanted to talk to you about because I just found it interesting. I'm linking it to a different story.
Okay.
Is, anybody who follows you on Instagram knows that you get up real early and you work out.
Yeah.
Like intensely. And I just think it's funny, so I kind of want you to, just segue into both.
Yeah.
But the fact that you lift weights like hard now is
Yeah.
funny because of the ODAC tournament,
Mm-hmm.
first round
Yep.
of your freshman year.
Absolutely. Yep.
Would you like to tell the story to the
Sure.
people and
Sure.
then just tell us more about
So
it?
we were what were we? We were the
the number
one
seed.
seed. We
Yes.
were the one seed.
Uh-huh.
We had so we played the 8-9. So it was either Virginia Wesleyan or
Who was it? Oh man.
I don't even know, but
Virginia wasn't one.
Virginia Wesleyan
I know
won.
that for a
So that
fact.
was a bad 1-8 matchup.
Because they weren't.
They were
They
an 8
played. They were an 8 seed, but they were not an 8 seed.
No, they were not.
You know
at
what I'm
all.
saying?
And
Yeah, they were good.
so my freshman year was playing probably like 10 to 12 minutes a game and starting to get a lot more playing time. So the game was close back and forth. I remember they had Stephen Fields. What was the left-handed big dude?
Quentin McDuffie.
Played there 1 year and then just transferred. He was a bucket.
A straight bucket.
We had tried to get a stop. We got a stop, and I get a rebound, and I go to turn and bring it down. I get it snatched straight from me. They catch it, score. They go down. I run it down, and I see Coach Rhodes, who's the head coach at VCU now.
Shout out to Coach Rose.
Yeah, a big win last night for them. He's doing a great job.
Amazing job. They need to talk about it more.
And we talk about this story like all the time with him and Coach Byers as well. I'm running down the sideline, and I'm supposed to be going in front of him.
Mhm.
And Jordan Brown was on that side. He was on the other side. And I see Coach Rhodes is like going up and down, like he's yelling at me, Adam, weight room, Adam, weight room.
Like up and down the sideline.
Like,
bro. I'm like, yo, this man is crazy.
And I'm like, Jordan, go through. You go on his side. And that was like, we lost that game too.
We got
And
smacked actually.
for some reason, like going for like in college and stuff, like I not really liked lifting weights. I mean, it wasn't. I feel like back then it wasn't that big of an emphasis now.
Right.
That it is like right
I
now.
would feel like it was more skill work.
Yes, a lot of skill work because I was like,
But
all right,
we did lift
Yeah, we
hard.
did
You know what I'm saying?
lift. But I felt like I could get away with just like shooting a 3 and stuff like that. And me getting out of college, I didn't stop lifting, and I could see like, man, this sucks. So like when the pandemic hit, all the gyms started to close down, and that first month of the pandemic, some of the guys I played with, a lot of like, we started a group chat, we've had a group chat, and they're like, hey, we're gonna run 40 miles this month. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna get back into running and stuff like that, because I hated running.
Yeah.
But then you know how competitive everybody is that went to Randolph-Macon. Oh, let's see who the first person gets freaking 100 miles is.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna lose this. So the first month I run 100 miles in a month. Absolutely hated it. I was like, all right. So then I started to get like these bands off Amazon to do, and then I was like, man, I gotta find a gym, but gyms are closed.
Yeah.
So a guy who actually played in the ODAC at Emory and Henry has his own gym. It's called Full Potential Athlete, and I've been going there in New Kent. So I drive probably 25-30 minutes a day just to get there. I've been going to just fall in love with the process. I know that everyone's like,
It's something you say, but
I actually enjoy it. I mean, when I went there before, I mean, it's a lot of different stuff. Like he trained under the head strength and conditioning coach at VCU, who does a great job, and it's a lot of different stuff. Like if I don't go work out now, I get pissed.
Yeah.
Like instead of like that's my outlet to everything, but going like you said, I do get up early. I had to go at 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning, so that means so if I go at 5, I'm getting up at 4, and then I'm leaving the house by like 4:20 just to get out there to do it. But yeah, I mean, it's something I absolutely love, just to do a lot now.
And so, do you get? I know they talk about people who get that adrenaline rush from like doing workouts and stuff. So, do you get that?
Yeah, I mean, there's like if you've seen like some of my videos and stuff, like there's no way a couple years ago, I mean, I deadlifted like 400 plus pounds. I pushed 600 pounds on, slid up a hill. Yeah. Like that's just, to me, it's like fun. Like you get to challenge yourself. You don't really think that you can do it, but everybody that goes there too is kind of in the same boat. Like the guy who's in charge of it, you think I'm crazy. This man gets up he gets up every day at 3 o'clock in the morning and goes sits in the hot tub for 30 minutes. Then he does his workout. Then he does everybody else's.
That's crazy.
So
how long would your workouts usually last?
1 hour tops.
1 hour.
And I'm gassed. Like, and it's a lot of different stuff. Like we do a lot of stuff with like deadlifts and split squats and stuff with chains on them, and a lot of bands, resistance and stuff like that. And I thought I was doing everything right when I would go to the gym and by myself. But you know, I mean, sometimes you get to the gym, you're like, if that machine's being used or these weights are being used, oh man, I don't gotta do it. Right. Here, it forces you, all right, you have to do this. Like he's there. I mean, he's not forcing you to do anything because you're paying to go there,
right?
And stuff. But it's like, all right, if I'm gonna pay this and I want to see the results, I'm gonna
go and do it.
Yeah. So,
and I think that's good. I think a lot of we took for granted, like in like college and stuff with the lifting weights, that we had somebody to make us accountable.
Yes.
So it was like, whether it was our teammates or like whether it was coaches or whatever. Yeah. Like it was just someone who was there, like, hey man, like just lift there. Yeah. You know. So it's kind of like at home or like when you go to the gym by yourself, it's hard to get like the motivation to do stuff. Yeah. And it's for me, like I was just telling you that I miss like going to the gym like right now just because of the pandemic and stuff, and I'm paranoid, so I don't like going to places with a lot of people. But doing like the workouts at home, like I have like a bar, a little curl bar and some handlebars or whatever, but it's just hard to get the motivation to actually do a bunch of different exercises. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's pretty cool that you had somebody like that. Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing I finally learned too, because when I would go to the gym and you see all those people who lift a lot more, then you're like, shit, man, well, I don't want to be here and stuff like that. I finally realized that you got to stop comparing yourself to like other people. You're eventually, I mean, if you feel good and you're getting stronger and stuff like that, that is good enough. Yeah. There's a lot of people in the world that are strong as shit, and that I just don't compare myself to. Right. If I'm getting stronger and my body feels good and if I feel good, that's really good. That's all about personal. Oh yeah. You don't have to look like freaking Brock Lesnar to. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I used to think when I would go to the gym. Because for those of you who know our brother who plays Randolph, I mean that's him. He's strong as shit and he eats super clean and stuff like that. And I would go and compare myself to him and be like, man, I'm not doing the right stuff. But then the more I started this stuff, and I talked to the guy Mike, he's like, don't compare yourself to other people. Right. There's people there that are stronger than me. There's people there that I'm stronger than. But it's just every single day just showing up and doing it. Right. I mean, the thing is, we're there not to compare yourself, but to actually build yourself up. Yeah. As long as you are continuing to grow and continue to progress. That's really all that matters at the end of the day. Yes, absolutely. I finally realized that, so it's been great. That's good, man. Yeah. I can't. Maybe get you out there. Wow. So anyway, do you want another glass of this? Yes, sure. Okay, I'll take another glass. Yeah, because I may ignore what you're talking about. But it's funny. So going back to lifting weights and stuff like that. So I started to play in men's league again with everything, and so now like I've had more dunks in 2 games than I've had in your entire college career. Yes, that's not true though.
I've had a few. I had few.
I said, I didn't say that
have
you didn't
a
have any. I said that you have more than your college career. That's all I said.
But like the other day, like I was just there. I caught a tip dunk off the rim, which I've never done in college, and I'm like, okay, where is this coming from?
Well, you feel good. You feel light on your feet, man.
Yes, and then it's like the only down thing, going back to like what you said, it's like getting in the gym, shooting. You know, when you lift weights, you don't shoot a lot, and it takes time. So the first couple of shots I get when I play, I'm throwing it over top of the backboard because I
get a little.
Yeah. So
they used to be the worst too. Like any type of like shoot arounds, like hooping sessions after lifting in college. Because I always felt like my arms were like, had weights on them. So it was like hard to get used to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like get the swing of things. But once you started playing, you get loose.
Well, now you see guys like that do heavy lifts before games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the thing too. And I thought it was the dumbest thing in the world, but
I thought it was insane.
When Coach Merkel, my junior year, we played down in Avery. He said, "Hey, I want you to try something. I want you to lift before the game." All right, I'm gonna try it. So I lifted before the game, and then that game was the game I hit 11 threes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he might be right. So before every game from there on out, I would try to do some sort of
get some type of
some sort of lifting. But I think when us growing up, they're like, oh, don't lift before games. You're gonna mess everything up.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, thinking about it, it makes sense. Like, you lifted, now your arms are sore.
Yeah.
So like, and all basketball is a bunch of this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of, but at the same time, like once you get loose, because like, especially with games, like you're gonna do a shoot around beforehand, so you go shoot all that kink stuff out.
Yeah.
So by the time you get in the game, you should be straight.
Yeah.
So it kind of that theory makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So this is good, man. I do like this.
I do. I might have to pick one of these up. Is this the one you got off the website though?
Yeah, nakedwines.com.
Okay.
It's good.
I like that.
That's good.
It's one you can kind of like sip on and just drink throughout the day. Yeah. Where it's not like too dry or too
not
sweet.
Too dry. Right. It's like right there in the middle.
Perfect. Yeah.
Something that's just easy to pick up on glass.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah.
Watch a little movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. It's
solid.
It's solid, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get back to basketball for a second.
Yeah.
So you got the job 3 years ago now?
Yeah. So this would have been my third year.
Okay. So just tell me what it's like coaching like the school that you kind of were like the man in.
I mean, it was. I've had so when I first graduated college, I was able to learn from some great guys, and Ryan Stein when I was at Glen Allen, Coach McKegg. Then I went over to James River because I could have come back straight to my high school, like when I graduated and be an assistant coach, but my main goal is to be a head coach and to learn from different people.
Right.
So when the job came open, I actually came back as an assistant coach at Tucker the year before I got the job, just so I could get to know the staff and get to know the teachers again and stuff like that. Then I heard the job came open. I applied for it. I was one of 75 people that applied for it.
Nice.
So was lucky enough to get the job. Then coming back, I knew there was a lot of work to do because in my time that I was at Glen Allen and James River, they always had potential.
Right.
A lot of potential, and I didn't know kind of what the problem was there. But when I first got the job, it was rough. I mean, they struggled before year one. I won 7 games, but that was the most in a long time. And then year 2 was a little bit better. We played every game on the road in year 2 because we're getting a brand new school, which we'll get to in a little bit. But we won 8 games on the road. The previous year, we won 1 game on the road. I mean, due to the circumstances. But it's nice to be back in the school that I went to and where I was fortunate enough to have a good career there and get inducted into the Hall of Fame. And those guys, they see that, like kind of back to what we were talking about before when they know that you can play, they'll listen to you. But it's not even, thing I realized being back, it's not even about the basketball piece like that I've gotten. I just asked a kid the first day that I got the job, hey, how was your day at school? And he thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Because I care a lot about my players like outside of basketball. So
I think that's important too, man, because Yeah, basketball is a big part of
Yeah.
like the job, but another part is how you connect to the kids.
Absolutely.
And as the coaches that I've like respected, and I respect all my coaches, but like the ones that you like really connect to are ones that like care about you outside
Yeah.
of the game.
No,
Right?
absolutely.
Like, because the game is what you technically can
Yeah.
do for them, but stuff outside is like that they should have
Yeah.
zero invest into it. But if they had that kind of investment in you and care about what you do and like how you feel and like different things like that,
Yeah.
that's how you know that you have a good coach and usually leads to a good program.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, I really appreciate you being able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of coaches, there are some coaches that don't do that. You know?
I mean, the biggest thing for me, I did they did a thing on the news. One of my kids, when I first got the job, he wasn't gonna be eligible to play, and we took him. I went and picked him up, got on the road in summer school, and come to find out before, like he had tried to kill himself before. So a lot of
I remember
kids,
this story,
yeah, they put it on the news and stuff like that. A lot of kids, even in all sports, is the whole mental health thing. And if you have a coach that can actually see into that and help outside of that, eventually the basketball, I mean, I know everyone says it stops, eventually stop bouncing. If I can teach kids like life lessons through outside of basketball, then they're going to be great fathers and great husbands and stuff like that. So that's the piece I like the most is the biggest thing I take pride on. The 2 years I've been there, no kid has failed off the team.
That's actually really good, actually.
Years past, you'd always have somebody that fails off or they become ineligible. So that was a big thing for me, is just getting the kids to be eligible, because eventually you got to graduate, you go to college. If you don't want to go to college, that's fine, but at least give yourself that opportunity to go. And when I got the job, I was like, hey, the basketball piece is eventually going to take care of itself. I'm not worried about that part. I'm just trying to change how the school looks at basketball players, the community looks at Jet Tucker High School, and then eventually we'll start to get some wins.
Go right into that in a minute, man. Just want to make sure everybody knows what we're drinking. This is your wine.
Yes, sir.
So we got, it says, what is up with these names, bro? Casillero del Diablo. Now I like a good Diablo, man.
Yeah,
hey,
that's yeah.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? It's a Merlot from. Look at that, Chile.
See,
look at you, man.
Yeah.
You are something.
That's why I wanted to pick it up.
You are something. Yeah, I mean,
I never tried it though. When I went to get it, I had something on my mind to get. A few of the guys gave me some stuff to get, but then I saw this one, the chili on there, so I had to.
I'm hoping it's good.
I'm hoping it's too.
That was a bitch to open. I'm not gonna lie. That jump. Yeah, that was rough.
Have a great.
I need to start lifting weights with you, man.
Come on out to Nuke.
All right, let's go. Oh wow, that is something. Hold up. That is interesting.
It is. I think it's gonna be.
I can't even pinpoint what that smell is. Kind of. Let me see what that stuff they have on here. A smooth Merlot that perfectly combines plummy, herby flavors with smoky. That's what it is. Smoky cedar wood.
Okay.
It's wood. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, and they say it's good with spiced red meats and mature cheeses.
Interesting.
Well, let's
See what we got.
Yeah, let's give it a go, man.
Here we go. Ooh, I like that a lot.
It's got an interesting flavor.
It's not. Some of the red wines that I get are super dry.
Uh,
This one I feel like is not.
It's not super dry. It's got some dryness in it.
It does.
It's something. I will say that I can tell that just by tasting this would go good with cheeses.
Yes.
Because something about that taste just gives me like cheese.
Yep.
And I can't pinpoint what it is. That's probably the herby stuff in it.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's cool. It's cool. This is probably one of the ones where I would have like one glass.
Yeah.
Like a good one glass of red wine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a good, if I get a steak or something.
Yeah, something, you know.
Good steak and
yeah, good, nice
stuff
one.
like that.
You know.
But something The other one we could drink a lot. Like the other one we could probably just sit here.
I would crush that.
But this one I feel like is more kind of like a dinner wine. Or you're having.
And I feel like red wines are that.
I can't. There's one that I've had that just tastes like juice. That's like red wine that you could just sit there and just
like Welch's.
Drink. Pretty much, yes. I couldn't. I have to bring it over for you. But yes,
like straight Welch's.
The red wines, you can only have like a nice apple, like a pasta or like a good steak and stuff like that.
So I had one of the wines that we had last time with the King. In fact, it was the one that the bourbon barrel, the one that he bought. So I drank the rest of that Tuesday night. I was on an anime podcast. And the next morning, actually, it didn't even start the next morning. It started that night.
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep. My head was killing me.
That
was bad, dog. I woke up in the morning. I was like, the alarm went off. I was like, bruh, I'm not trying to go to work today. Obviously, I'm walking into my man cave to go to the office or whatever. But I'm like, bruh, I do not feel like being here today at all. I had to take a couple migraine pills, bruh. I was struggling.
I've noticed wines will do that to you.
Wine hangovers are the worst.
So last night, sitting on the couch, I had these. The thing I was telling you, they make these wines in like a can. It's called like mannequin or something.
I'm still not sold on that, by the way. I'm not sold on
grab them out the fridge. I taste them. I asked Candace if she wanted to taste them. I was like, you're not going to like these.
Yeah.
She tasted them. No, hated them. So I got stuck with drinking them. And I look at them. The cans, they're 13%. They're 13%. So I had a red and a white. And then I wake up this morning, you get the dogs out, and I'm like, why does my head hurt?
Who let the dogs out?
I did.
You didn't get it.
I did.
What's the song?
I know it's a song.
It's a song. You supposed to be on the wolf. Why didn't you wolf?
Because we're not doing that. What is that guy's name? What is it?
Bahaman?
I want to say the Beenie Man. I want to say like Beenie Man for some reason. I want to say.
Oh my God.
The wine hangovers are worst.
Yeah, wine hangovers are.
The worst ones, like the worst hangovers were like once we graduated and we got to come back to the front of the basketball dinner.
Yeah.
And they just keep coming back to your table and pouring wine. And
like, would you like another glass? I mean, yes. I'm not going to say no.
Because for the 4 years that we were there, we weren't allowed to. And then when you graduate, you come back. And I remember those next mornings were the worst.
Oh, my God. But you did say, and so when you first got there, you had your first season, you were able to actually play in the gym.
Yes.
Then the following year, they said they were going to renovate, right?
Yes.
So, and you had said it, like, dog, you were playing away games all season.
Yep.
So that, first of all, that's insane.
Yes.
By the way,
yep.
Because like, to know that you don't have like the home court advantage like ever.
We didn't even get to practice there. I mean, the last time we played in the gym there was a huge party. I guess you say party, we get together. Tim Legler, for those of you who don't know, he played at Tucker. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Shout out to Tim, man.
I'm behind him by like 500 points. He's up there.
The only analyst on NBA that actually analyzes the game.
Yes, he's great.
It's sickening to me how the analysts do that. It's personality talk.
Yeah.
Tim actually breaks down the game.
He does, and so he had a video up there like he was thinking and stuff like that. So gym was sold out. We played Godwin High School, who we hadn't beaten in probably, I did the math, it was like 12 years. So we played them at home. We beat them, so it was nice. I got the last win to ever be in the gym,
nice.
Which was nice. So we fast forward. So what you're saying is we didn't get to practice in the gym. We didn't have a locker room.
So where were you practicing?
So we practiced at Brooklyn Middle School.
Okay.
So for those normally who play, like you either practice at 4 p.m. or you practice at 6 p.m. You flip flop with the girls. But for us, we had to wait. We always practiced at 6 p.m. every night because with the middle school sports had to practice and play.
Yeah.
So we'd have to travel to Brooklyn. So pretty much my car was like I had the ball bags in there. Other kids get their jerseys, stuff like that. But there was never a home court advantage at all.
Right.
In other sports, I feel like it doesn't, like you can go to a football field and if you take out the crowd, okay, it's still the same thing. But being a basketball player, you're used to shooting on those same rims every day. So we would go shoot on the same rims in Brooklyn every day. But then we would go play at Godwin, at Freeman. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 games. There was 26 games on the road.
Right. People don't understand, or outside casual people don't understand that like different hoops have different rims.
Yes.
And like you can tell, you kind of get like a
Yes.
sense like I need to shoot this a little bit lighter. I need
Yes.
to shoot this a little bit longer. I need
Yeah.
to, what I'm saying? There's different things with different like hoops. So having to adjust like every game is insane.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we had a few games we played. Like we had home games, so where we played at Freeman High School. We played in a tournament there. We played in a tournament at Henrico High School, where we got to play a few days in a row on the same. But that's not. I mean, the kids, like they never got to go just to the locker room to sit down and relax.
Right.
Our team meals were in the library.
Yeah.
Like so, we had to. I had to partner with a few businesses to get us meals because we played every game on the road, and that takes a toll. Like getting to the gym after work at 5 o'clock, and then not getting home till 9:30, 10 o'clock,
Right.
and kids had to go to school the next day. They were exhausted. If I was exhausted, and it was tough. And the good thing, if we would have played it this year, I would have brought back 8 guys who had already gone through that. So we would have to do it again this year if we played. So it's a blessing and a curse that we didn't play this year, but
Right.
I wish the seniors got to play. That's the hard part. But the new gym is said to be open, I believe, August.
Nice. So that would be good to finally get some type of normalcy back
Yes.
into the program.
Yep.
So in terms of like what you want out of the program and like out of the kids that come into your program, what would you say is like the most important thing that you want to?
I mean, I want every kid to at least graduate high school. I mean, there's so many times where kids, and I've seen it before, is they get discouraged and they drop out. You graduate high school, I think that the big thing is a lot of people feel like they have to go to college. And
that's the thing that was like forced onto us as we were younger. And as we get older, we realize that some people are just built for college and some people just aren't built for college. But that doesn't mean that you can't carve a nice life and career out for yourself. There are trade schools. There are are other different things that you can do that you can still be.
One of my kids that I had, his goal was to eventually, he was a head coach, I want to be a college basketball player, but he just fell, like he got disciplinary issues, actually had to kick him off the team and stuff like that. But I stayed in contact with him, and he's in trade school now. He wants to be a welder.
Nice.
So that's the biggest thing, is showing them that you don't have to go to college, but at least let's graduate high school to give yourself that option. Every kid thinks that they're a college basketball player, and that's the hard part that I'm trying to explain to these kids, that hey, everybody's not a college basketball player, and that's fine. You don't have to be, but I think getting back to where I want the program to go is be competitive. I mean, we're playing they do it different now than when you and I played. Now instead of 1A, 2A, 3A, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Interesting. Can you kind of break that down?
So we do. So we're in 5A.
Okay.
So 5A, it just changed. Like, so 5A is based on your population size.
Okay.
So it's like Tucker, Glen Allen, Freeman, Godwin, was Henrico, Highland Springs, Verina. So 5A was the hardest that there was. There's so on how you get seeded to go to region. So like, if I beat your team and you're in a 6A school, I get a lot more points for beating you than if I beat, let's say, like a Maggie Walker. But then for every team that you beat, I get points as well. So it's strength of schedule kind of thing.
Got you. Okay.
But so you don't want to get caught playing on the bad teams, because if they lose every game, you're not going to get points.
Right.
So they're trying to
balance schedules and competition.
And then the top 10 teams go to regions. So I want to say there's 16 teams in our region, and the top 10 will go, and then it'll start off like that. I mean, there's a lot of good basketball in Richmond. I mean, you've got a lot of you got John Marshall, who is a powerhouse.
Right.
Henrico's their powerhouse. Highland Springs, Verina, Velsey Bird. So there's some really, really good teams here. But I wish they would go back to the district tournaments. Just because you're taking away some of those rivalries, things like that when I played. Like with, I'm sure that you had some in high school that you loved to play.
For sure.
But they're kind of taking those away now because you're not playing them as much. But they're eventually, I think they should just have a huge tournament for everybody, just kind of like a
district tournament with everybody.
Just let everybody in.
Yeah, just give them an opportunity to make a run. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing that makes you can't do that in every sport, but like in basketball, you put everybody in the tournament, which we've seen in March Madness.
Right.
That's what makes it fun.
Anybody can get on a run and win.
That's what makes it fun, and that's what I tell everybody is like, just give us a chance. Let a team get hot and stuff like that. But they don't want to do that because then they would have to do it for every other sport.
But you don't though, because you can't do that with football.
You can't do it with football. So it's just like Alabama plays.
That's so many games. And so much wear and tear. It's different.
But at the same time though, it's like, if let's say it's Alabama's going to play, I don't know, let's say Alabama plays, I don't know, who's a mid-major would get killed. Let's just say they play Liberty.
Okay.
There's no way in heck Liberty's going to be Alabama.
Right.
But if you take the same two teams in basketball, a 1 versus 16, which we've seen, that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
So I wish they would go to that.
Yeah.
There's been talks of it, but I just want to be competitive. And we've been competitive every year that I've been there. Like every coach afterwards is like, you guys play so freaking hard. Like we hate preparing for you because we don't know how to prepare.
Yeah. I've gone to a couple of games, man, and y'all scrappy. You know what I'm saying? Very scrappy, and it's just it's early. It's early in your run.
Yeah.
And your coaching career. So like, you haven't been able to. And especially with stuff that's going on, you haven't been able to apply like some of the stuff that you want to get in. So by the time like 3, 4, 5 years in, the scrappiness will come to. Oh, they're scrappy, but they're also very really good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's the hard thing too. Is like in high school, in public school especially, you can't go out and recruit your players and things like that. So you're given I mean, I don't have 6'8", 6'9". I think my center is like 6'2".
Right. So
I tell my guys, if we want to have a chance, we got to play extremely hard. We got to try to speed teams up. And I take bits and pieces from stuff I've learned from Coach Rhodes, Coach Davis, and all the other guys, Coach Stein, Coach Blazer, and I try to take the bits and pieces and just apply it, try to come up. Like this year I was going to change everything. I didn't have to because I lost some players, things like that. Yeah. But at least play hard and you give yourself a chance. Because if you don't play hard, there have been times where we didn't play hard, we lose by 30. But times where we shouldn't even be in the game. We played John Marshall last year, the last game of the season. We just played extremely hard. We're down 4 going to the fourth quarter. We gave ourselves a chance. Yeah. But then, unfortunately, they just had 6'8", 6'9", some better players. Right. But if you play hard, you're going to give yourself a chance.
Right. And that's the most important thing, man. But it's like I said, as soon as you're able to get back in the gym, man, I think things are going to starting to go up for you guys because you'll finally get that normalcy back. You'll be able to apply things and you'll have the squad together. Yes, you know what I'm saying. So
Brandon School's going to help too. I mean, it's a lot of times even when I was there, there's a bad rep. It's like Tucker's bad at sports and everybody wants to get out and leave. We just got a brand new football coach, Philip Sims, who's done an amazing job. Mm-hmm. He played at Alabama. He was the #1 high school prospect in the country from Oscar Smith. I think he was Jalen Hurts, his backup. Wow. Then he left to go to UVA to play because he wanted to play, which is fine. And then he transferred to another school, had a stint in the NFL, and was the head coach of John Marshall. And now he's the head coach of Tucker. Nice. So he knows, and that's going to get some kids. We have a lot of kids that play both sports. Mm-hmm. And I encourage that. I want you to play both sports. Yeah. And that's why we play so hard. I have football kids who are just dogs. Not necessarily the best basketball players, but I know, hey, I need you to go on.
100%.
Yeah, and that's all I want. Because I can coach that. Yeah. I can't coach somebody who is lazy and stuff like that.
We always talk about this. I'd rather have the guy who's going to give me 100%. But may not be the most talented guy versus the talented guy who's going to give me like 10%.
Absolutely.
Every time.
Yeah, no.
Every time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's good, man. You know me, I'm very proud of you.
I appreciate that.
Me and you go way back, and I know how much basketball means to you, and how much Tucker means to you. So
yeah,
and it's cool seeing you be able to get back to the school as like the #2 best basketball player there behind, Sarah Parsons, man, because we all know that
she scored a lot of points.
Parsons is the guy, man.
She scored a lot of points. She had the year she played varsity for 4 years. So she got a
That means
lot of points.
she's nice. She's
Yeah.
nice forever.
It's very true.
Nice forever.
I looked at the math, the one like when I first got my 1,000 points in high school,
Yeah.
and I really got it in like 2 years, my junior and senior.
Yeah, you put in a lot of work early.
My sophomore year, I didn't really. I mean, I started, but I was in like a
You
scorer
weren't
and
the
things
scorer,
like that.
yeah.
And then like, I mean, she scored a lot of points. I think she might be up there. I mean, she beat me in points. Like I know that for a fact.
She a bucket.
She is, and she was a bucket. Randolph-Macon too. She's in the Hall of Fame as well. Tucker.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It won't be long before she's in there at Macon too.
Yeah.
She'll be there for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
She'll be there for sure.
Absolutely.
Would you believe this Iaconis
Ooh.
again? Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
gotta be good.
They sent me two, but
Ooh.
different.
Okay.
This one is a Cabernet Sauvignon, man.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
yeah. I haven't had one of these in a minute. I'm kind of nervous. It's just been a while since I've had one of these. I was waiting. I asked Keen this yesterday. Last episode. What is your favorite making memory?
I mean, I give you 3. Just
Okay.
because it's number 1. Actually, these were. I'm going to the Final Four was definitely a huge one.
For sure.
I mean, that was something that was like amazing, and that whole run and doing it on the road too. We talking about doing everything on the road. People don't realize we played every game on the road that year.
Every game on the road. We had to go to Pennsylvania for the first one.
Yes. So going back, quote me if I'm wrong, but that same year, was that the year we played City in the first round of the tournament, or was that the following year?
Nope, that was the same year.
Okay, so
84.
yeah, so that was one of my other thing too is when we played Sydney in the first round of the 2010 tournament.
What people don't know either is, or people forget, is that we lost at senior day.
Yeah, so we lost at senior day.
Week before.
Yeah.
10 district senior day.
Yep.
Shout out to them.
Sorry guys, we blew that for you.
Yeah, we did mess that up. I was real pissed off about that because 10 district were really good leaders.
Yeah.
Because those are two examples of guys that they may not have played much, but without them, we probably wouldn't have made that run. Because
Absolutely.
they were very antagonistic during practice.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you the many times I wanted to punch Tim during practice.
Oh, absolutely, and it made it a lot better too. And there was times.
That's what I'm saying.
So
Like,
Tim
it
came back
made
to
us
be
better.
my assistant coach too, my senior year.
Yeah.
But that same, so when we played them in the first round of the tournament, I remember it was a huge thing. And very first play of the game, I remember Jordan, we ran a live play, he caught it, boom. They came down, they scored, it was 2-2.
And from
Next
then
thing I
on-
know, it
From
was
then on.
20-2.
Jeez, man.
So that was good along with that whole run.
And they had Turner King at the time.
Yeah,
Remember
they had Turner
was
King,
nice.
Harrison George, who just got Rookie of the Year, so we were pissed off about that just because of the way he carried himself. But then that whole Final Four run was great too. So I combine that as one.
Yeah,
as one.
sure.
So then I'd say the second one would be hitting game-winning 3, Sydney.
Same year again.
Was it? No.
No, that was same year.
Same year?
Mm-hmm. That was early in because we were down a lot by the game.
Yeah, we were getting killed, and I remember too. And Coach Davis, I was like, so we had come back. Pew was getting ready to score. Like Pew was at the basket.
I do remember that.
And Coach called timeout. And
I remember being really upset about that at the time.
I was too. I think everybody was, but Coach Davis knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah.
I think I was 1 for 3 that game, and he was like, all right, we're gonna go tie. And that play, to this day.
That's like it always works.
Always works.
It works every time.
And so we run it, we get into it. Pew refuses the screen. I don't know if it was you or Danny. Somebody comes, sets in a weight screen. I hit a 3 with there's 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Go up. What people don't realize, they got a great
Hey,
dunk.
very
They
good.
threw it up from half court, it hit the back of the rim, it bounced off.
That jump was sick. I was like,
Mm.
how in the world did
Yeah.
they hit that off?
So yeah, that was always beating those dudes, regardless.
Every time.
And then probably the third one is when I tied the school record for most threes in a game,
Yep.
which was 11. Even though I'm pretty sure I should have got 12, but Coach Davis took me out because one, we were up by a lot,
Mhm.
and two, the dude he played with went 11 for
There was
11.
absolutely no way he
He
was
came
going
in-
to hit that.
he
He
came in-
said, no, sir.
Well, he came in at halftime. I was 6 or 7 at half, and he was like, "You're not gonna beat the record." And I'm like, "What's the
And the
record?"
crazy thing was, he wasn't saying it because he didn't think you could do it. He said it because, yeah, I can't let you do that, dog.
So like, I hit the. I was at 9. I remember I was at 9. Subbed out, puts me back in. I hit 10. I hit 11, and he subs me straight out. I'm like, all right, I don't know. And then he says that you tied it. But then like years later, I go back and I'm like, all right, I want to see the film. And being a basketball player and stuff like that, it's like I could have probably hit another 3 or 4, but you make the right play. Like you don't even think of it.
Right.
Someone else is
like,
open.
That's the crazy thing is that we were always, like, we weren't even trying to force feed you.
No.
We literally were just running the plays, and they were just stupid enough
Yeah.
to keep leaving wide
Yeah.
open. I'm like, dog, why do they keep? I remember just running up like, dog, keep shooting the ball.
Yeah.
I was like, just don't keep shooting. They're not
Yeah.
guarding you for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't
That jump was crazy.
know.
Like, dog, they are not guarding.
No, because I went on back and watched it. They would send 5 dudes down on Danny.
Yeah.
Danny would kick it out.
Every
Funny fact
time.
about that game is too, we beat the heck out of Avery, and I think we won by like.
It was
35.
a really bad.
So I went back and I looked at it. I had 33 that game. I think
Yeah.
Danny had 25. Danny and I combined to beat them
By
by
yourself.
1 point.
Yeah. Crazy.
But there's a lot of like good memories too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like when we won the ODAC championship.
Yeah.
That was a good one, but then we got screwed in the NCAA tournament. That's a we were supposed to host, but then they said the girls were going to host,
And then no one hosted.
Then no one hosted.
And no one hosted, and then we both got smacked. But
Yeah. I mean, it's always there's so many. I mean, good traditions. Like when you guys graduated, 9 freshmen came in. We're still able to go to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
Things like that. I mean, it's just there's so many good memories, like just outside of basketball too. I mean, but it was great. I mean, those are probably the best ones. We beat like George Mason American Division I programs.
Yeah, that was good. I remember when we beat George Mason. Like we did the regular, that.
Yeah.
How about everybody, we jogged and
Yeah.
we got to close the door and we lost our minds.
So
we lost our minds.
What a lot of people too, if leading up to that was, we practiced without Coach Rhodes.
That's
That was
right,
Coach
because
Rhodes.
his father passed
So Coach
away.
Rhodes' father passed away, and
Yep.
so we were out for a week. So I know how much like that game meant to him.
Yeah.
'Cause that was his first game back.
Yep.
Since his dad passed away, and he went absolutely crazy too.
Right.
So that
Yes,
was
I remember that. He was. Well, Rose in any big victory, like pound you, just want to give you like, what I'm saying, like, yo, this man is insane.
yeah.
Bro.
That's but then no more Division I's wanted to play us anymore.
Yeah. And
So
then
we beat
had to play
American
American
next year.
the following year.
Junior year we played them too. Your senior year.
We should have
Should've
won that
won.
game. We
So
should
then
have won that
the last time we played at Division I school was my senior year. We played American again, we lose by 1. And then
they got tired of that.
we're not.
They're like, yeah,
we're
this is
not
looking rough.
doing this anymore.
Yeah.
No, then actually take that back. Randolph-Macon got to play Maryland. Well,
They had that very recently.
Coach Merkel had the tie up there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I do actually remember that. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and give this one a sniff. Now, see, this smells like one of them regular red wines that kind of have like the dry jump.
yes, I feel like this one's going to be
This one,
super dry.
Yeah, this one might be kind of rough. I'm not even gonna pretend like it ain't. Ooh.
There we go. Yeah, that looks
It's like grapes, maybe like harsher grapes. See what these ones? They give you like a little blurb in the back, like from the person who
Okay.
made it, but they don't always tell me what's in it. Let's see. Yeah, they don't give me no information at all. But it's not that bad though.
Yeah.
To be fair, with certain things, but
Yeah.
it's not tangy.
No.
but
The reds too, just like you say, you can't drink a lot of them.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and
Like red wine hangovers or
they've been
the devil.
Yes, like
They're the devil.
Yes.
But this wouldn't be bad. Just having like a good glass.
Look at all.
I don't think it'd be like an everyday glass for me, but it'd be straight.
I feel like we just need like a big charcuterie board up here.
Yeah, like a nice little cheeses with a little salami, maybe a little prosciutto.
That shit look good.
Huh?
I put it on one of like the.
Did you?
Yeah, presentations. It was real nice.
Oh, look at you, man.
I'm trying to.
Do you cook? Do you like cook?
Yeah. So yeah. So I have a few go-to meals that like. I'm always a big salmon guy.
Okay.
So I do salmon with asparagus.
Okay.
Air fryer is the best thing in the world.
So
if you have one,
air fryer is by far one of the greatest inventions of the 21st century.
Yeah, so Candace got one, and we started to do boneless chicken thighs in there.
Mm-hmm.
I get like with the marinades in there, and they're done in 40 minutes. And it's just like
it's insane.
that. I'll do potatoes in there. So if raw potatoes, cut them up, seasoning, olive oil.
The air fryer is sorcery to me too, because I in my mind I get it because it's like it's heated, so I get that.
Yeah.
You can get it heat, but it's just air.
Yes.
And I'm like, you can get it crispy that way,
Yeah.
but how is it doing it?
I don't.
It's witchcraft.
We try different things. Like we'll get different recipes and things like that to try. And but I do like to cook. Just kind of try things and.
Yeah, I've been getting into that recently.
Yeah, I've seen that, man.
I like. What it ends up happening is I'll see something on the internet or like on Instagram, I'm like, yo, I can make that. So then I'll be like, yeah, let me just go find the ingredients, and like that's how I get introduced like different ingredients to different seasons.
Okay.
And I'm like, yo, this isn't bad. Like you wouldn't think that putting like, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and then I like cinnamon. Really? And I'm like, put the nutmeg, and I'm like, all right, and then I eat it. I'm like, oh, this is delicious.
Yeah.
And you can barely taste the cinnamon, but it adds to the flavor. So it's just been interesting to just be able to find these different like recipes and then like cook them.
What's your go-to meal? Like if you had to make like, all right, this is what's gonna be for dinner tonight. Like I know that it's.
Nah, bro, I can make all types of wings. So
Like, you do your wings in the air fryer?
I can do them either in the oven or the air fryer.
Okay.
So typically what I'll do, what I was doing before I got the air fryer after getting married, I would put them in the oven. I would do in the oven, like 400 degrees, for an hour.
Okay.
And that would get like really crispy. For what a lot of people, what I do typically, because they're like, you can't get them crispy enough. But you can, is if you use like either baking powder,
Okay.
or like cornstarch,
Okay.
and just like mix it in with whenever you call it, because it gets it really crispy.
Okay.
But now that I got the air fryer,
Yes.
I kind of mix it up. So sometimes I'll do the oven, but then the air fryer, dog.
Do you buy the frozen ones or do you buy the fresh ones?
I prefer the fresh ones.
Yep. That's
So like, I don't like really cutting them up. Like,
It's a pain.
it's so bad, bro. I'm like, dog, am I doing it right? I'm like, I feel like I got it right in between the knuckle, and I hit it. Like, nope, wrong, wrong spot. I'm like, god dang. But if I can get the ones that are already cut, like the drumettes or whatever, I usually get those.
Okay.
But if I have to, I'll get the whole thing.
Okay.
My grandma actually eats the like tip joints.
For real?
Yeah, grandma loves those. I'm like, I think grandma, why do you eat those? Like, they good, boy. I'm like, all right, man. Which I can't talk to. Have you ever had scrapple before?
Yes.
Do you like scrapple?
It's not my favorite.
No, scrapple's fine. Especially if you get the key is to get a nice, not a super thin piece, but like a thinner piece where you can get it crispy.
Ooh.
Don't, and whatever you do, don't look what's in it.
No, I don't.
Because the first 5 letters are scrap. And that kind of tells you everything you need to
We're
know.
just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like scrapple is delicious.
Yeah.
So I can't really say anything to it if I eat the wings. It's for me. I eat
Yeah.
scrapple. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like wings are I think I do like different sauces. I do like Korean zing sauces or buffalo or Parmesan garlic or Cajun wet or you know what I'm saying? I do jerk seasoning.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I like doing like sauces. You know what I mean? But yeah, that would probably be my go-to thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I've done like pastas and stuff before. I want to get more into pastas.
Yeah, I want to get Candace makes a good homemade lasagna.
Okay.
That's phenomenal. I mean, I want to try that. We made. I mean, you got your basic ones. You can do chicken Alfredo and stuff like that. But I want to do like different.
There's a war on Alfredo apparently.
Mm.
So what I'm starting to see is that, and it's just Twitter stuff.
Yeah.
It's like people don't like Alfredo for some reason.
Why?
I don't know. They think it's like basic, I guess. Like they feel like if your girl, if like you meeting a girl for the first time, she says she's gonna cook for you. If she says she's cooking Alfredo, go ahead and leave her because she's basic. I'm like, damn, really?
But it might be good, like seafood Alfredo.
Like you know what I'm saying, like it. I guess the sauce is what's throwing people off. Like Alfredo is just like the regular sauce.
Yeah.
I don't like red sauce like that.
I like it. There's different types of red sauces that I like.
There's vodka sauce.
Yes.
There's marinara. There's like a heartier, meatier sauce.
Yeah.
But you can vary it up. But the acidity, I guess, is what bothers me a little bit about the red sauces.
Yeah. I mean the pastas and I mean I think I went through we went through a phase and you can attest to this that we ate so much pasta in college because the way Coach Davis was superstitious.
The way he was built. Yeah.
The way he was superstitious when we go to Olive Garden every game.
Bruh. This whole time I just thought he loved Olive Garden.
No.
He was like, nah, this is what we eat
So
because we kept winning.
Do you remember, were you there? Yeah.
Oh, is it the Hardee's chicken story?
No. Just talking about the Olive Garden, we get pasta, blah, blah, blah. And that's why I went through a phase where I didn't eat pasta because of that.
I think that's why I don't like Italian food.
That's
I'm almost positive.
Prime example, because we ate it 3 nights in a row.
Yeah.
3 days in a row, and then we go to the NCAA tournament, find Olive Garden. But we had left the Olive Garden in the very first day, and Coach Davis got everybody those
the little
chocolate mints.
Yeah.
We're halfway down. We're halfway back to the fucking hotel. This motherfucker's like, turn around. Like, where are we going? Where are we going? And he tells, I forget what year it was, but he tells the assistant coaches, he's Red or Coach Byer or somebody, go get the damn chocolate. Come back in and
forgot.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, he's super superstitious. I forgot about that. Remember the Hardee's story? The Hardee's chicken story?
Yeah, we just beaten. Danny just made a game winning
Those
shot.
Dean Wesleyan, yep.
So
it was like two different places. It was Hardee's and what was the other place? Was it
McDonald's. They were across the street from each other.
So most of you went to McDonald's.
Yep.
My man Davis goes to Hardee's. I'm thinking that's cool or whatever. They got good burgers or whatever. I don't eat the chicken from there mainly because when I was young, my dad got food poisoning.
Okay.
So I've never eaten chicken from Hardee's, no matter how crispy it looks. So we get back on the bus. My man Davis had not only 1 box of the joke, my man had 2. And a teammate of ours, Isaiah, I was like, damn, he had 2 chickens in the joke. I was like, yo, that joke is crazy, bro. He crushed that chicken too.
He did. I mean, we ate, going to food poisoning. I think the reason too, I haven't gone back to Olive Garden since my senior year. Got food poisoning the night of the quarterfinal game.
That sucks.
Yeah, eating Olive Garden. Wake up from a nap. We get ready to play Eastern Mennonite. Throwing up everywhere. I still played, but I haven't gone back to Olive Garden since.
That's
to
rough,
that. But that's.
Yeah, Olive Garden is. It's a nice spot. I think it's one of those spots where it's like.
I want to choose it for like.
Yeah.
Not because we ate it so much in college.
They make it seem like it's like this super high, elegant spot, and it's nice. It's a nice spot to go to, but you can find a couple better spots to go to.
You can find a lot of better spots to go to.
Yeah.
But I think just what it was near the hotel we stayed at and stuff like that.
I definitely agree.
But,
so, I guess my next question is, and it's something that's it doesn't bother me like question wise.
Yeah.
But this is something that I've always noticed. We've always noticed it because it was a running joke.
Yeah.
Why does everybody hate you? Like and whenever we used to go to different like I'm talking different cities.
Yeah.
And they were just like, yo, Adam.
I think
Richmond hates you. Like, wait, what?
We'll tell that story.
He's from Richmond.
We'll tell that story in a second. But I think like growing up in high school and stuff, and I was always super fiery, super competitive, and like I think growing up too, like playing on a lot of AAU teams and things like that, where to be honest, when I'm the only white guy on the team, and stuff like that, and so when we play other teams and stuff, everybody think they could pick on me.
For sure.
So and growing up too, and everybody kind of saying, oh, because I had a speech impediment and stuff like that, where people made fun of me. So I guess I bottled all that stuff in, and when I get on the court, I was take it out on you. Like I don't care. Like when I was in high school, I talk so much shit to you. I would talk to the stands.
Yeah, just in high school.
In college, it toned down in college too, but I think
a little bit. That was a fiery part of me. Is just like I got something to prove. Because like I was made fun of when I was younger because having a speech impediment, and I think it started in high school, and this is why. And people go to different colleges, so they like we're playing a deep run. Who's our rival? I grew up with a lot of these people. We went to the same middle school and stuff like that. So we're playing at their place, and I think I finished the game with like 32, and feeling good. And so every time I get to with the free throw line, they're making fun of me, saying stutter. Sure, People don't know that about you.
They don't. I used to have. So I went to speech therapy from like third grade to 7th grade. Hated going, by the way. Yeah. And it was the worst. I was actually just I told Candace a story last night. I hated to go, and then they would find me. They would over the loudspeaker. Adam Desgain, please report to speech therapy. I'm like, all right, so now the whole world knows. But so it'd be like the student section, and like I would make free throws, who blow them kisses, and stuff like that. And it was the same like in college. So playing down at Virginia Wesleyan, and game hadn't even started yet.
We were just warming up.
Sold out, and we were just shooting around, and some dude in the stands, I guess he went to like a high school that I played against something. He was like, "Hey, Desgain, Richmond hates you." And like, I'm like, all right, and I just laugh. And then it's like, the other one's like, yeah, your brother doesn't play, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what did I, like?
And he's like, I'm just out here
I was out
right now.
Yeah, and then like, I mean, it was just me, just because like, I would play with so much emotion and stuff. And Coach Davis and Coach Rose would also, hey, you got to keep him in check. And But that's just the type of player that I was, or still am. I mean, I still do it.
It's definitely toned down.
It's toned down a lot, but that's just the fiery, the person in me, and I think back in high school when everybody, they went to different colleges and stuff, and I was a dick in high school. Like there was a thing like different scouting reports. Like I got to know, it was like, don't talk shit to him because it just pisses me off. Like we played at Hermitage. And the assistant coach, like I missed 1 3, or I started to get going and tried to say something to me. And the assistant coach, I'll never forget, it was at Hermitage. He goes, "Shut up, stop talking to him." He made a mistake. I said, all right. And then I scored 26 straight. And it's just like, that's just a part of me that like has always been. I've always felt like I've had something to prove on the court. But it's toned down a lot.
Sometimes I always believe that like, you have to let people be who they are on the court to a certain extent. Like you can't be like fighting, obviously. But like if a dude's a chirper, you kind of just gotta let him chirp. Now you gotta know when to ring it in, obviously. But like if you had to go through like college and not like talk, I don't think you would have been as good as you were. Because like that's kind of like the thing, you know what I'm saying?
You feed off that, and I mean I had great teammates and stuff too. I mean that did it as well. I mean, you did it kind of subtly. Like
don't know what you're talking about.
You did it kind of subtly.
Don't know what you're talking
stuff like that. But I mean, I've only made the mistake one time of talking bad to the wrong person.
That story is insane. And I hate that story, but it's such an important story of like sometimes you gotta know who to lead.
Exactly. So that point of clip, we're playing. Where do we play at?
We're playing at Wabash. First off, let's set up the story. First off, it's Thanksgiving weekend.
We just ate at the Old Country Town buffet for Thanksgiving, which absolutely sucked.
We're in Indiana, first of all, where apparently they ain't never seen black people before in their life. Oh, they stared at me the whole time I'm getting my food. Like, we exist, my guy. I promise you, we exist. It's cool. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat it. So we ate at this Golden Crown knockoff or whatever. we beat the first team. You know, the first team. Remember, the first team had the dude that
Because Rosa had a man crush on him.
oh my God,
It was
he
one
was
of those
like, yo,
Wisconsin
he's
teams.
so good. He's so nice. He's
Yeah.
all American for sure.
Shut him
We
down.
shut him down.
So then, all right, that was put Merkel Scout.
I'm gonna have another one of these.
Yeah, and then Coach Moore.
Coach Moore's doing the scout. I love Coach
Yeah,
Moore.
Coach
Coach
Moore's
Moore is
great.
my guy.
Coach Moore is great, so it's his scout. All right, we're getting ready to play. I think we played. Did we play Wabash? Is that who we played? Or
Wabash. We're number 2 in the country. You gotta set that up. We're playing. We're
Were we
number
number 2
2.
in the country? At that
Yes,
point?
sir.
Okay.
We are number 2 in the country, homeboy.
So we're doing a scout. All right, this guy they said, hey, he can't shoot a pull up jump shot. All right, cool. So let's play off him.
That was the main thing. He cannot do a pull-up jump shot.
So he missed his first couple ones, and
He's
stuff like
over.
that. Yeah.
He is over, and we're doing a really good
Yeah.
job. Jordan and Adam are
Yeah.
doing a really good job doing it. It's a close game.
Yeah.
I don't think we're like up too much or down too
No.
much. But it's a close
Yeah.
game for like the first, we'll say 5-6 minutes.
Yes. Yep. And then we get into like there's a loose ball on the floor.
I'm on the bench at this point.
Hard foul
Mhm.
or something, and I was like, I forgot what
The
was
dude,
said.
like he bobbles it,
He
but
bobbled it,
it's off on
and then
us.
I say something dumb like, "Yeah, you're a bitch," blah blah blah.
And I'll never forget it. The dude turned around and he said, "Oh, I'm gonna show you a bitch."
And then he routed off about 17 straight pull-ups.
Oh my
shots.
God! And against pull-up jumpers, he was hitting moves.
Those tough ones.
And over everybody. Jordan is one of the best defenders
Absolutely.
in that school, in
Yeah.
our school's history.
Yeah.
Dog, he was working Jordan.
That was
and I couldn't believe that.
my
He
fault.
is doing everything.
that was entirely it was my fault, and I think from that point on, I realized, all right, gotta kind of tone it down a little bit.
You gotta know who to talk to.
who
Yeah.
not to talk to. But from that point forward, I realized kind of, hey, tone it down just a little bit.
Yeah.
So
That man went for 30. He went for 30.
He did, and there was
Oh man, he went for 30. I couldn't believe that jump. I was mad too because like when we went that remember that place had like a club in their hotel or something. When we got to the hotel, there was like a party going on.
Yes.
And I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh, this is how you making up to us
Yeah.
because of the Thanksgiving thing,
Yeah.
right? He's like, nah, you can't go. Like, dog, are you serious?
And then we drove back that night though too.
Oh my God.
9 hours straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I hate, because one thing I don't like is going on a long trip, like a very long trip.
Yeah.
Anything over 4+ hours, I'm like, bro, we have to win, or I'm gonna be upset the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
So that was annoying. I was like, bro,
That was a long-
these, and they were good.
They were.
They reminded me of Stevens Point actually, because
Yeah.
they had dudes who were just
Yep.
big and stocky.
Mm-hmm.
So like regular finesse moves I would normally do, that jump wasn't working on them. I was like, boom, and they was just like
Hit you.
brick wall.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So we lost about 15 in them, and I was mad about that. I was
Yeah.
really upset about that.
That was because that was a long bus ride back. But then my senior year, we had a long bus ride. We had to go up to Worcester to play,
Yeah.
and we had to take the bus. It was just outside of flying,
Mm.
and we lost in the first round. Like my senior year, we were up 12 at halftime.
I remember that.
And
Man.
they went-
I was upset about that too.
They went to 1-3-1. I was in 100%. I semi-fractured my foot in WNL,
Yeah.
and they said it wasn't broken, so I just played on it. But we lost by 12, and that bus ride back was
That's a long trip.
horrible.
That's a long
That
trip,
was
bro.
9 hours.
We actually had to go to do that too. We went to Worcester. Worcester's Ohio, right?
Yeah, we played it with
With
Short, and he
Mhm.
punched the damn locker at halftime,
Yes.
and we lost to
Yes. We lost to
Washington and Jefferson.
Yes. Yes.
Dude, it's crazy that like you realize that like there's no way in hell that I could realize that was a team that would play. But if you asked me like a math problem from years ago, I couldn't tell you.
Not at all.
But
But
you
that
know
is
all the
that
losses.
is
Yeah.
that is.
We lost to them.
Oh yeah, because that was another one of them games where it's like, why did we lose again? There were reasons we lost that
Yeah.
game, but it's not one I feel like going into. But
No.
we shouldn't have lost the game. Is
Yeah.
what is basically what I'm getting at.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's crazy because me and you played the sales.
It was just
At least us three. We played them 3 times because we played them twice in our Final Four year. We also played them the year before because we went to the sales.
I didn't play. Yes, so
Right.
I was a
We went
freshman.
to the
I didn't play.
But we shouldn't all think. I remember that game specifically because I remember I caught the ball and like just dropped it and
Yeah.
dunked it. I remember that
Yeah.
vividly. But I also remember the next play I turned the ball over, and that's why we lost the game.
No, that's not a loss game because I remember this is Coach Rhodes. It was Tom took a charge, and it was a legitimate charge, and they didn't call it. And Coach Rhodes at the point like he was trying to find the referee and stuff like that. Yeah, so we lost to them that year, but then we played them to start the year. Coach Davis' first year, they were number.
They were supposed to be really good, and that what was the team's name?
Braswell. No, not Braswell. We played them. They were like number.
They were good.
They were top 15 in the country.
15, something like that, yeah.
And we beat them pretty good.
Solidly.
Yeah, we beat them pretty good, and then we kept going, and then we played them again.
Final Four.
Yep.
Also beat them solidly.
Yep. Braswell was very good, and they had another.
He had a better game for sure.
Brian Hunter. They had another good point guard, and that was Sammy. Then we played Franklin and Marshall. And Coach Davis hated that coach.
Do you
remember that story? Do you remember with Danny?
He was not a fan of that coach.
You remember with
Danny?
Danny?
Going to halftime where we both had to go in the exact same door, and he looked back.
There was bad blood between Coach Davis and that coach for some reason. He just didn't like him, and Danny was killing him. So like at St. Mary's, when you gotta go down that small locker room, we're like, this is us. This is St. Mary's. We're trying to go
at the same time.
Our locker room. And Coach Davis is just yelling, "Hey Danny, they can't fucking guard you. We're just gonna keep throwing you the fucking ball." And I'm like, "Oh shit, we're gonna have a fight here."
And I'm like,
kicked out.
I looked at him and said, "Yeah, that's probably exactly what we're gonna do. Actually, it's crazy." But the crazy thing is, like, Danny did have a good game, but Pew was the one that was killing. Pew was working.
Was killing. Yeah.
That's the best Pew ever played, I think.
Yeah.
Pew was working.
Oh, it was a Maryland game because Pew was from Maryland, so it was up in that. Yeah, he carried us to that.
Yeah. No, Pew definitely gave us the lift we needed for that game. That's a fact.
That
is a fact.
Yeah. Then we can't. Yep. That was and we lost the Final Four.
Yeah. That's another that game too, because you bought out that game.
There was a bad year block. Do you remember that?
Yeah. So the thing is about first of all, that first half we came out and we got punched in the face early.
Do you remember what we shot to start the game? 3-21.
It was not great. But any better shooting performance, and we would, because we crawled back in the game, because we had done it twice already. We did it against Hampstead and we did it against Williams. So I'm thinking, in my mind, I'm like, all right, we're down, whatever.
Yeah.
We've done this before. We're just going to do it again.
Yep.
And we were doing it again.
Yes, absolutely.
And then 2 plays. The one that Davis now says isn't a charge. Pew takes a charge. I don't care what anybody says. That's a charge.
Yeah.
That's a charge.
Yeah.
But they call blocking. And then on the defensive end, they come down. And I forgot who shoots it. But I block it clean as a whistle. I know when I foul somebody.
Yeah.
Dude's not even nowhere near me. I block it, I grab it, I'm ready to push it, and then they call the foul, and I'm losing.
Because there's a picture in Coach Davis' office. That was that, like, we would go crazy.
I'm losing. But they're like, I know I didn't foul.
Yeah.
That's a block. That's what if we go down and we make that, because we're going to score on that play.
Yeah.
We're down 3 at that point, I think.
Yep.
And if we're down 3, I feel like we're winning the game.
Agreed.
Easy.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So, ball bounces bad. We shoot terrible in the first half, but
hey, oh well.
It's a good memory to have, man. That run is crazy. Nobody's gonna take that away from us. That's a crazy run.
Yes.
But I wish we would have shot better. I wish we would have shot better.
But practice, the day before practice was horrible.
It was a bad practice. We don't talk about it a lot. We had a bad practice.
It was because I never forget.
It was sloppy.
And we couldn't guard their fucking point away shit. And Strick and Tim were just like letting us know about it the whole practice. We just had a horrible practice. I don't know what it was. It because it was a big stage. It was like we had already played at the Salem Civic Center before.
That's what I'm saying. We played it all the time.
We already played there before. I don't know if it's just because it got to us. And Coach Davis was like, all right, yeah, practice.
It was just a lot around the Final Four too, though, because like you do like the community service things, and you got these different things you have to go to. And that's not an excuse, but it's like it is a lot during that weekend or that week, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say the moment was too big for us. I just felt like we didn't prepare as great as we probably could have. You know what I mean? But, so
we made it there.
The ball bounces where they bounce. You know what I'm saying? So what we do here, man, is after we drink all three. We usually give a wine ranking for each.
Okay.
And then we decide which one is the best one of the day.
Okay.
So let's start with what we had first, which is the Iaconis Chardonnay. It's out of 5 glasses. You are very welcome to do quarter or half glasses.
Okay.
So what would you give the Iaconis Chardonnay?
I'm gonna give 4.
Okay,
I'll give it a 4.
Okay, 4. Because we decided that this one's one that's we could like drink.
Yes, that we could drink with ease.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So for me, I'm gonna give it like a 3.5.
Okay.
It's good. It's definitely good. That early tang is it borders on like, oh, this is good.
Yeah.
This is getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, like this is aggressive, like consistently.
Yeah.
But it's definitely one that again that you can have like any day of the week, at any time, and probably casually drink it the rest of the day.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So I do like that. And then we had the one that you brought.
The Diablo.
Yeah, the
What's
Diablo.
that?
Yeah.
I'd say probably I give that one probably a 3. I mean, I would have to have like I could have a glass or two with dinner.
Yeah.
But or like a charcuterie board and stuff like that.
Yeah. I think with something it probably gets increased a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it like a 2.75.
Okay.
Because I feel like this is one you have to pair with like food.
Yes. Absolutely.
Anytime like the back of the wine actually tells you what to like, it's like, hey, you might want to match this with this. Like you're kind of like tipping your hand, like maybe eat this with something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would definitely do that. And then our final one was the Iaconis Cabernet Sauvignon.
I give that one probably 2.75.
Okay.
More dry than I was thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
But would probably still be good with some sort of food.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what food it would be good for, just because I don't know. Like a lot of these things, I wish I knew the ingredients, like the naked wines, because they don't always have the ingredients or like what composed of the wine.
Yeah.
So I would give like probably like a 3. I did kind of enjoy it.
Because
It's got an interesting flavor.
I want to try it
with pasta.
Like a red pasta.
Yeah, try with like a pasta this week.
Yeah. Next time we have like a pasta dish that's red, I'll probably give it a go.
Okay.
I'm definitely gonna give because we're supposed to do it's Valentine's Day weekend for people that don't know.
Right. That's right.
So we're gonna do like steak, scallops, and asparagus.
You're cooking them?
Huh?
Are you cooking them?
I'll probably help. It'll probably like a couples thing.
Okay.
I think it'll be a couples thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but But what would you do though? Because it's the steak, so technically the red, but it's also scallops, so you get to do the white. So I wonder which one I'll do.
You should have. Are you gonna have the scallops as a appetizer, or are you gonna have the steak and the scallops together?
Like to be together.
Then you could.
I mean, technically, if I eat the scallops first, have the glass with the whatchamacallit, and then
you
with
could
the steak.
switch
Yeah,
it.
I guess that is
that.
possible.
You could do that.
That is possible. We'll see what happens, man. Mm-hmm. So for you, the best one was definitely the Icon. I also agree. This was the best one. You know what's crazy is 3 episodes in a row. The one that's been in this position has always been the best.
Huh?
Always been the best. It's also always been a white. it's always been a white wine. I just think for me, man, like they're easier to drink. You know what I mean? That's the major thing for me.
I agree.
But the last 2 reds, I haven't had any issues with.
Yeah, I enjoy them. You just can't drink as many of them in one sitting.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's really the major thing. And just for people who always love the alcohol content, 13.5. This one is
13.5.
13.5.
This one is 14.
And that one is 14.5. So that one is definitely one where it's like, let me get one glass, a little bit bigger than normal.
Yeah, absolutely.
A little bit bigger than normal to get it. And man, but these were all good. I did enjoy them all.
I did as well.
I would definitely suggest people have, especially suggest this if you just want to have like a casual.
Yep.
This one if you're gonna have like a steak. And this one is a little bit more versatile, I think, where you can like kind of play with it like casual, or you can have like with food.
Very true.
But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate you coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yo,
Yeah,
dog, come on, man. You know I had my guy on here, man.
Yeah,
you know?
I appreciate it from back in the one of the first people I met when I was at Randolph-Macon. And you know what you didn't share, because I know that's like how you gave me my first nickname, and I'm sure
like Swaggless.
Yeah, and I was thinking that on the way over here. How did that even come about? Like, how did that?
That is a great question.
Ask you that.
I'm old as crap now, so I forget everything. Why did I used to call you Swaggless?
I forget. I was thinking about that on the way over here when you told me to come on the show, and I was like, because you put on your story, and I forget.
Did you see the hint that I gave people at the bottom?
I got this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was an intro because that didn't come about till like.
Dog, you know what? I don't know why, because I just remember it just happened. I'm like, dog, because the thing is, you know, there was sit down swag.
There was
sit down swag, but I was just like,
that didn't come about though until
later,
till like my junior year, senior.
Yeah, that was
so Swagger was one of the nicknames you gave me when I got there.
I just felt like it was better than the baby. I didn't feel like calling you the baby like everybody else did.
That'll still get called.
But like, I guess for me, like, it was like an oxymoron thing, because like when I was growing up, I didn't have many dudes who were like you, because like when you first came in, you were like. You can tell you've been around a bunch of like you said, like you played with this number of black dudes before. Yeah. So like you had mannerisms and like the fake diamond jump. I was like, look at this swagger. What is he doing? So like it just stuck. Honestly, it just stuck, and that because like you had your swag, but it was in your own way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because Swaggless. I forgot about that.
I meant to bring that up in the beginning, but then I just I forgot how
they used to call you Swaggless.
How that came about.
I used to Swaggless.
Yep.
Yeah, that was.
So, man, it was great. I appreciate you having me on and
man.
Talk about some hoops and some wine and
man. That's where we connected on hoops, man. That's me and you. Mm-hmm. People always say that they have a right hand man. I always used to say I had a left hand man. Like if you didn't see me with Jordan, you probably saw me with you.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's how close we were. You know what I'm saying? If you want to give people some Instagram stuff or some Twitter stuff like your tags or whatever, especially for basketball at least, go ahead and give it to them. Yeah,
we follow us at JRT_hoops on Twitter. We'll start back up here hopefully in a few months, but come check us out at a new gym and stuff, and then that's pretty much it, man.
Yeah, man, that's gonna be. I'm definitely gonna be in there. Gotta see this gym. I heard it's supposed to be super nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So, I mean? But definitely go check them out, man. Go definitely, if you want to get your lifting on, what's the place again?
What's it called? Full Potential Athlete, New Kent. Definitely go check it out. You can follow him on Instagram at Full Potential Athlete. I'm constantly posting the workouts and stuff like that. So if you want to drive all the way out there in New Kent, I'm gonna ask for a guest appearance from Stick.
I don't know who that is. I go by Brandon now.
Well, and we'll pick Brandon up. Definitely check him out though if you need some personal trainers, some group training stuff.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man.
Thank you for having me on again, sir. I really appreciate it.
Man.
So,
and this has been another episode of Clueless Vino. And remember, drink up.